In the NPP following the election of Dr. Bawumia as the first Northern Muslim to lead the NPP since its establishment. We have details as President Akufo-Addo concedes the 2024 general election will not be easy for the NPP, charging the party to go all out and campaign vigorously for victory. Also, health officials report alarming health concerns among residents in communities whose source of water have been polluted by illegal mining. Details in the second part of JoyNews' Poison for Gold documentary. And on the Akosombo Dam spillage, MP for North Tongue Samuel Ablakwa laments government's continued silence on resettlement plan for flood victims as he inaugurates a 7-member committee to oversee the fair distribution of relief items. Good morning. Welcome to JoyNews Desk. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Let's stay for details. History has been established in the political landscape of Ghana, especially in the NPP, following the election of Dr. Bawumia as the NPP's flag bearer. He becomes the first Muslim and Northerner to lead the party since its inception. This development somewhat defeats assertions that the NPP is an Akan-centered party, as always alleged by the NDC. Not only that, this will also be the first time two Northerners will be leading the forefront in a general election in Ghana. The situation projects a crucial election for both parties while mounting pressure on the choice of running mates. Samuel Mbura has more.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is son of Alhaji Mumuni Bawumia, a key figure alongside SD Danbo and other influential northern politicians who together contributed to the formation of the NPP, establishing the Dankwa-Busia-Danbo tradition. While Dankwa and Busia have previously led the NPP, Dr. Bawumia's ascent now represents the Dambos, symbolizing the northern presence in the party after becoming the first Northerner to lead the NPP.
When the NDC goes to Volta Region, they say to them, the NPP is an Akan party. Don't vote for them. Isn't that what they say? When they come to the north, they come here and they tell us NPP is a Kambonga party. Don't vote for them. Isn't that what they say?
Bawumia, an accomplished economist, held various professional positions before entering into active partisan politics. But what prompted the choice of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as candidate Akufo-Addo's running mate?
I wanted somebody from the north to partner me for the elections and then for the governance. He's also a very clever man, and I needed his brains to help me govern the country effectively. And he's an honest person. He speaks honestly to you. He's not one of those people who have to guess what they're trying to say. He will say what he has to say very directly, and I like that.
Prominent NPP members, including Council of State member Ejiri Stanley Blankson and Ama Busia, the sister of Ghana's first Prime Minister, K.A. Busia, support the president's stance on Dr. Bawumia.
I have worked with him for a while, and I can tell you, if there is a gratitude, and I said, look, the people called me that I should put my neck there, I would tell them that if it is for Bawumia, I would do.
Not because he calls me mommy, that flatters me, but all the qualities, because of my brother, I have a little bit of experience in politics, and all the qualities I look in a politician for. To me,
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia shares his vision for transforming the economy and calls for support from the NPP's rank and file.
I have my own vision and my own priorities. Given the opportunity by you, the people of Ghana, to lead, I shall govern as my own man with guidance from God Almighty. My vision is to build an inclusive, food self-sufficient, data-driven and systems-based nation that will fully participate in the global digital revolution to resolve our problems and also to usher in a golden age of benefits from our natural resources. I want to lead a nation that improves and unleashes the talents of our youth and offers good jobs with good pay and sustainable growth with macroeconomic discipline.
Meanwhile, President Akufo-Addo acknowledges that the 2024 general elections will be a challenging one. He is therefore charging party supporters to campaign vigorously for victory.
Ghana cannot afford the return of the NDC, especially under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama. So let's all pull together. We have to go and campaign hard and easy. Election here by easy my
The stage is now set for a fierce contest between the NPP's Dr. Bawumia and the NDC's John Dramani Mahama in the lead-up to the 2024 general election. It remains to be seen what will inform their ultimate choice in the worthy running mate for the crucial race ahead. Samuel Mbura, JoyNews.
I've been joined on the line by a political historian with the History and Political Studies Department of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Jemfi. I'm grateful for your time. Obviously, this is the first time someone from the Northern Extraction is leading the NPP. Do you think it is a true reflection of the Danbo tradition?
Thank you very much. I think that it is even beyond that. It's a true reflection of the contemporary politics of the NPP. In the sense that the NPP, I believe, is beginning to see the need to go beyond Dankwabuzia traditions to rather honor commitment, hard work, dedication, and actors who are interested in becoming viable candidates for the cause and possibly for the cause of the country. Yes, I believe you asked this question because of the historical tone of the NPP that at least was recalibrated in the 1990s. But we know that the cusp of its current victories and, if you like, failures came about with the United Party, which was the main opposition party in Ghana from 1957 onward until Ghana became a one-party state in the 1960s. At least we understand that the key actors, Buzia, and also the other actors that would emerge from Asante, the chief linguist of the Asante Heneba was Akutu, and the Northern People's Party, the Anglo Youth Organization, and the other groups from Ghana, the Tubulan Congress, and all the other groups coming together at least crystallized into a political party that would be national in character. Because if you look at our history and political party formation, you would realize that it was fundamentally about groups, ethnic-based, regional-based, and all that. And so when you look at the earlier groupings, like the Fanti Amembu Feku, or the Fanti Confederacy, and the other groups that will emerge, like Aborigine Flag Protection Society, the earlier period during the struggle for independence, these groups were sometimes, sectionalist groups. This sometimes were two, if you like, elitist groups. Sometimes it was regional-based, ethnic-based, and had pockets of smaller interest that would, if you like, eventually culminate into broader, if you like, nationalist sentiment, which will push for independence, especially from the 1940s, post-Second World War. So you realize that the need and the desire to look at political party formation from a national base became very significant. And that is why the UDCC touting itself as the first political party in its national character will be led by Power Grant and the other groups and all that. But these will translate into other groups over time. And these groups, as we all know, is what would eventually emerge into the NPP as we see today. But at least fundamentally, we have seen that there have been different groupings, different actors playing a part in the NPP struggle. But at least we have also realized that from the 1990s, it had had Albert Dubois leading, it had had Johnny Dukumkufo leading, and it had had President Akufo-Addo leading. These are Akan-based actors, if you like. And fundamentally, you would also realize that Kofi Abdul himself is an Akan-based actor. A political party that is national in character should be seen to consistently having some continuities and discontinuities. And this, in essence, rehashes the point that whilst it changes over time, all actors would have the opportunity. Please, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Heard. Professor Dujemfi, please go ahead. I can hear you.
Right. So all actors that are involved would have the opportunity beyond time, so that we have seen in our contemporary history has been that it's largely driven and the atom, even though we know that Asante is the political theater, or has been the political theater since its recalibration. I do not blame that stood in several fronts in opposition to the CPP and to also push for federalism and other things that were in sync with the broader framing of the current NPP, did not play a significant role. What I'm trying to say is that in contemporary times, what we have seen is that when you look at Achim and Asante, which has become the theater of the NPP's politics, they have delivered the vote. However, we've had major actors who have played a role within the NPP that were not necessarily, for example, becoming the running mate of President Kufuor, who become the first president of the NPP in its recalculated form in the 1990s, in 2000. First of all, a flag bearer in the 1990s, and in 2001 election, won again 2004, and then closed his government by 2008 with Ali Muhammad. Fundamentally, you see that the NPP navigating its course has worked with various actors, the Haruna Iseku's and all the other groups, some of them becoming, national actors in this regional formation. Its formation at the national level in terms of its executives has had different ethnicities playing significant roles. But the question its opponents, like the NDC and the others have asked, is that at least since Ali Muhammad losing the election at the primaries, that would there be a possibility that a northerner or someone of a northern extraction or outside of the Akan group be able to emerge as a flag bearer? For me, it is significant to have this conversation because the African-based politics historically has been ethnic, sectionalist, both in Kenya. Today it is there. The Leos, the Tukiyus, and all the various groups form parties around that. Sometimes there's sectionism. There is fight, internal wrangling, conflict all over the place in Kenya. It's an epitome of that. You look at the question at today, Rwanda, which is not only a miracle story, but a good government story, going through its own ethnic politics, right? if you look at Sierra Leone, and all the other. So Africa has had the Cote d'Ivoire, former Ivory Coast, right, has had its own, ethnic politics. And so you see ethnic politics driving the kind of politics that we see in Ghana. Give you an example.
What was the impact, Professor Edujemfi, if there is any, in terms of political history?
Yes. So in fact, the impact of ethnic politics is that it does not allow us to concentrate on individual actors based on their skills and capacity and what they can bring to the table. And so if the person even has capacity and does not belong to the major sector or the nucleus of the party, he or she loses possibly the opportunity of leading the party and leading the country to form a government. That is a negative aspect we find with ethnic politics. When a country, a political party goes beyond ethnocentric politics to look at politics from the sphere of development, what they seek to do is to rather reward hard work and to reward commitment and individuals who have the technocratic ability to deliver results for both their party and their state. And I think that all of these crystallizes in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And I think my consistent narrative about him within the scheme of things is what has paid off to me within the thinking of the NPP. The NPP is beginning to demonstrate that it is willing to be able to break the age and possibly form government in 2025. Having said that, it is not going to be an easy task. It will be an uphill one.
And that's where I'm coming to. The bigger picture is the 2024 elections. In the northern region, we know over the period, the NDC has cashed in massively until at least Dr. Bawumia came in to garner some votes for the NPP. How is it looking like in terms of the fortunes for two major political parties having two Northerners leading the forefront?
Even though we talk about, regional base and all the other, bases we try to shy off in terms of their extraction, the reality of the matter is that these two gentlemen are gentlemen indeed. They are highly diplomatic. They do not speak off the cuff. And so they are, even if it was from different extraction, even within the northern and upper regions, what you realize is that hard work is what is going to pay off. And since the inclusion of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, indeed, he has systematically tried to open the windows, the portals, the gates, and the access points of the NPP for it to be able, first of all, to embrace others in addition to their own philosophy, and also to allow the state actors and individuals, as much the citizenry, to appreciate the fact that they can have a future in the NPP. That's a message he communicates even in his speech. On the day of election, on Saturday. So fundamentally, this is what is added to the NPP. He's brought in the northern and the upper region votes. He's also been able to bring in additional Zongo votes. He's been able to bring in a lot of intellectuals hitherto who and were kind of becoming skeptical about the NPP. The leadership of Dr. Bawumia itself, which has been quite problematic over time, his persona and charisma, i.e., the person of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, seem to have created a certain balance for this government. Indeed, admittedly, he is the one who speaks on Saturday to say that he shares the sentiment of the young men who went to demonstrate and showed their misgiving about the government and the economic mood. In the same way, he's that gentleman who sat on a certain FM station and had a dissent about the e-levy of his own government. Come to the table with beyond bringing in the ethnic extraction votes, the Zongo votes and all that. He comes with a certain sense of truth. He's not an angel anyway. If angels were found on earth, you will find some corruption with them. Having said that, he also contests with an equally smart politician in the person of the former president, Mahama, who indeed was demonized and has almost become a saint with the current abysmal performance of the NPP. It is going to be based on politics of issues, I guess. If any of them decide to go into the realm of insult, the realm of disregard of what their individual governments have contributed historically, and rather concentrate on their ethnic extraction, they will be misfiring. Because these two gentlemen have a certain sense of history that is quintessential Ghana's intellectual and social construct.
One last thing, Prof. Okay. One last thing, Prof. I know the regional balance thing plays a critical role, and that really will come to play in the choice of a running mate. For you, what will be the best regional balance in terms of choosing a running mate for these two parties who have Northerners leading?
It will be exciting to have two Ashanti men or two Ashanti women or two Akan, men or women join it. Not necessarily to create a balance, but we have seen historically, as I said, Ashanti has been the theater for the political theater for the NPP. They've been consistent with Akufo-Addo from 2012. He lost 2016. He lost, even though and then 2016. Ashanti was with Akufo-Addo, and they were with Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. They were with Akufo-Addo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the NPP. Even though this NPP government, has been notorious in not delivering home the public good for the Ashanti region. Having said that, it is clear that if they choose someone from Ashanti, it will be a difficult fight for the NDC. I dare say that. Again,
I'm grateful. Okay, briefly for me.
Again, I have said over time that the NDC is national in character, even than the NPP. And if they see being suspicious of the Ashanti, they can perform a political miracle.
I'm grateful for your time. Dr. Samuel Edujemfi, he is a political historian with the Political and History Department of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Meanwhile, some delegates in the New Patriotic Party in the Ashanti region were disenfranchised in the just-ended presidential primaries due to challenges with the voter register. Though some of the anomalies were detected 2 weeks earlier, efforts to rectify them yielded little results. Some delegates were left stranded at the polling stations in anticipation of an opportunity to vote. Nanaya Ojima combed some polling stations and has filed this report.
Delegates in the Asoka constituency were first to sound the alarm of missing names in the register a day before the polls at the Ashanti Regional Office of the Electoral Commission. Attempts to get the commission accept a supplementary register was denied. Head of the EC in the Ashanti region, Benjamin Banobio, directed constituency executives to channel their grievances through the party's election committee.
If they have anything to do, they need to trash it out with their National Election Committee. And then National Election Committee will get to the head office of the Electoral Commission. And then if there's anything to go by, head office will also inform us as to the next line of action. But for now, we are going to go ahead and have the election with the register that has been given to us.
On election day, names of about 40 polling station officers in the Asukwa constituency were missing from the register. One of the affected persons, Mr. J, said the challenge encountered could mar the election.
2 weeks
to the poll, I got information that my name was not captured. My coordinator asked for my ID card to correct the anomaly. I came here today to find out that my name was still not captured. In my polling station, 4 out of the 5 executives were not captured. This can negatively affect the election. In the Bosomtwe constituency, name of the Member of Parliament, Dr. Yao Osei Edichun, was missing from the voter register after close to an hour of deliberations to get National Party officials to resolve the issue. The MP was allowed to cast his ballot. Here is the MP's reaction after the issues were resolved.
No, I think it was a general issue that was quickly resolved by the headquarters, by the party general secretary through the EC and back to the region to Bosomtwe, so everything is good.
Issues of proxy voting became a challenge at the Menchia South constituency, but election committee member Gary Nimako insisted the voter register was credible. He refuted the challenges witnessed in some areas.
There's an original voter register. Your name will be there. You can go and check and you vote. You vote. I don't think so far where we've been, we have seen any mix-up or anything. We have not seen that. But if your name is not there, there's an original document there. You can look at the one and vote. Yeah.
Which one is the original register? Because yesterday I spoke to...
There are three registers. The one at the center, before you enter, there's one there to check. There's one in the midstream, and there's one at the EC. So which one, they say they can't find their names?
The one the EC is using, because yesterday, for instance, the Asokwa constituency, they went to the EC's office to get issues with the register resolved. Yes, for instance.
We just left Asokwa right now, and they are voting peacefully over there. We don't see anything problem in Asokwa. We just left there about 15 minutes ago. From Asokwa, we came here, and we didn't hear the complaint about anybody complaining about voter register in Asokwa. So I'm surprised to hear this in here. I'm surprised. Yeah, we just came from Asokwa. Yeah, so I think so far for me, it's been peaceful. It's been very orderly. Let's commend the police. Let's commend our delegates. So far, I think so far so good.
Though the issue caused tempers to flare among party members, the election in the region remained largely calm and peaceful. Reconciliation process for the party remains the major concern to many. Ejoso MP John Kuma spoke to JoyNews.
We are very hopeful that the leadership of the party and the government will come together to resolve all the disagreements that we observed during the campaign. Of course, these things are normal when everybody is campaigning for power. So as long as we understand that we are one family, we will bridge the gaps and the bridges and then forge ahead. This is not the ultimate. This is just to pick a flag bearer who should get us the ultimate victory in 2024.
It is expected that the delegates who overwhelmingly endorsed Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's candidature will help restore the Ashanti region's confidence in the NPP. For JoyNews, Nanaya Hojima, Kumasi.
Let's take you now to the Upper West region, where correspondent Rafiq Salam gives a wrap of how expectations of some delegates were dashed at the end of the polls in the Wa constituency.
Out of a total of 6,275 delegates that took part in the election in the Upper West region, majority of them, comprising of 1,017, were stationed here at the Wa Technical Institute. 2 polling stations were created to ease congestion. The close to 6 dozen uniformed and plainclothes police personnel were deployed to ensure that nothing untoward happened. Voting went on peacefully and no irregularity was recorded, except one instance where the Wa Municipal Electoral Officer, Ben Alogulu, has to raise his voice on the agent of Canada Japan for allegedly trying to interfere in the process.
I'm saying when they are here to cast their votes, they are communicating with them verbally, directly, influencing them, vote in this particular manner, vote in this particular manner. We are hungry, we are this, we are that, or we are okay, those kind of stuff, which will not augur well for this particular exercise. So they came and complained to me, so they have to take action and warn them that they are here only to observe. They shouldn't communicate with the delegates. The delegates have formed their opinion already.
The agent quickly rebutted the claim of the EC electoral officer.
One of the delegates asked me a question, a harmless question, as to whether he can vote in any of those of the boxes that are standing. I said, oh, you can vote in any of them because there are ink there. You can use any of them. That was it. So I don't really know what causes the confusion or what he was talking about, people creating confusion outside there. So I don't really know.
The delegates who cast their ballots to a very large extent in the beginning were tight-lipped on which of the 4 candidates they voted for, but in the end they showed where their hearts were.
It has already been clear that my candidate will win, but as to the percentage is what we are talking about here. What percentage? I wouldn't say Bawumia as such, but everybody knows who is leading.
Well, you know, as a constituency chairman at this particular moment, it's difficult to tell. But from the look of things, I don't know. You can't tell, but you can see that it seems the vice president will be on the top.
At exactly 2 p.m., voting ended. The ballots were sorted, counted, and results announced by the 2 presiding officers. Zeroing on the overall results of the election in the Upper West Region, Dr. Bawumia polled 4,878 votes. His closest challenger, Kennedy Ohine Ajapong, polled 1,084. Dr. Owusu Afriakoto polled 176 votes, and Francis Adenimo placed 4th with 77 votes. Present at the venue were the 3 aspirants who have filed their names to contest the West Central Parliamentary Primary. Their body language, feud, tension, and the mutual suspicion that characterized the campaign of 2020 West Central Parliamentary candidate Haji Umaudu and Wameya Isakotari Momin 4 years ago has simmered down to harmless political jokes, which is good for the optics. The occasion, in fact, is bigger than the 2 of them. Their difference is now reluctantly laced and united in a common dream for Vice President Dr. Bawumia to lead the NPP to the 2024 polls.
This is just the beginning of what is going to happen at the polls, 2024 polls, because I'm sure the signal that is being sent is very clear to our opponents that arrangements are put in place. We are poised on the ground. We have put ourselves organized very well, and we are ready for victory 2025.
We are hoping that he's going to help to bring the dollar down again, which we know that is going to happen. He's coming with a different vision. When a driver and then a mate has his vision, a driver has his vision as well. So now that we are bringing him, I know that he's going to bring us a very proactive vision, which is going to move Ghana forward to a very better level.
It's all over here at the World Technical Institute. You've just seen the police who were here to ensure that it was very peaceful here, a congenial atmosphere here, and then virtually the police here, because of the good work that they have demonstrated here, they were on a virtual holiday. And so the regional commander of the police here in the Upper West Region, DCOP Prince Gabriel Wabo, who himself is here to thank the police for a good work done.
You have done a yeoman's job. We have come to the end of this region's elections successfully, without any hitch. And with that, the Inspector General of Police and his administration extends their thank you.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam. Wow.
Away from politics, tests conducted by health officials have revealed alarming levels of heavy metals in rivers and water bodies in parts of the Ashanti region. This is casting a shadow of uncertainty over the fate of these affected communities. In part 2 of our latest Hotline documentary titled poisoned for gold. Erasa Sasari Donko reports the rivers and the water bodies that sustained communities for generations are now battlegrounds of destruction ravaged by the devastating consequences of illegal mining.
The milky brown color of the rivers and streams flowing across the country indicate suspended particles, including poisonous heavy metals. 2 years ago, residents of Ewusiejo in the Ahanta West district of the Western region were drinking the polluted water, but soon they started experiencing strange afflictions, as recounted by Theodora Yamwa, a nurse in charge of the town's CHIPS compound.
Some of them came here with frequent urinating and also burning sensation when they are urinating, and also some came with skin rashes.
We fetched samples from the Tano, Brim, Butre, Ofin, Anuru, Ankobra, Pra, and other polluted sources of water to be tested for heavy metals at the Sheath Laboratory of the KNUST's Chemistry Department. After a week of testing, the results were in.
For standard's sake, we use the World Health Organization standards.
The World Health Organization pegs the acceptable standard for arsenic at 0.0050 milligrams per liter, while the US and Ghana pegs it at 0.010 milligram per liter. The Oda, Brim, Pra, Ankobra, Enuru, Ofin, Ashre, Butre, Subri, and Tano registered between 0.216 and 0.444 milligrams per liter, which is 0.434 milligrams higher than acceptable levels. This is 20.6 to 55.6% higher than acceptable levels in water using the American and Ghanaian standards. Dr. Eugene Ansa explains the test results.
All these water samples that are coming from our water bodies in Ghana were found to be acidic in nature, that is having a pH less than 7. It means that it has got a corrosive effect, and whenever you drink it, you have irritations in the throat. Drinking waters are expected to be neutral. In terms of toxic metals, lead was ranked as the highest toxic metal present in all these water samples. And should anybody drink this water or even swim in these waters, then they are exposed to high levels of lead. The other metals include chromium, cadmium, and arsenic, and all these samples could not pass the quality standards.
Member of Parliament for North Tongue in the Volta Region, Samuel Okujeto-Ablakwa, has lamented government's continuous silence on resettling victims of the Akosombo Dam spillage-induced floods. He said it was unfortunate for his constituents to continue living under harsh conditions in classrooms, grieving their loss, while the government sits aloof. He also questioned the Volta River Authority for showing reluctance in compensating the victims who have lost their livelihoods, investments, and properties to the floods. Mr. Ablakwa was speaking at the inauguration ceremony of a 7-member Accountability Council tasked to ensure equitable distribution of relief items received by the Office of the MP and the resettlement of the victims.
I'm not hearing anything about compensation. Apart from the need to relocate people out of the schools, people have lost everything they have worked for their entire life. Their farms, their livestock, their fish ponds, their shops, everything is gone. Electronic appliances, gadgets, everything. Why is the VRA silent on compensation? Why have they not asked us community leaders to submit the data, the evidence, and the the documentation which we possess on what has been lost. Please, people should not think that they can create this man-made disaster and get away with it. I want to thank the Speaker of Parliament and colleagues in Parliament who have rallied behind us after I delivered my statement last week, and the Speaker has ruled in very clear terms that there will be a parliamentary inquiry into this whole disaster. Because in 2010, when you look at the record, the water levels were much higher than this year. And yet the spillage that was done in a very controlled, professional manner. We didn't see this level of destruction and devastation. What happened that this time, when technology has improved, when things should be done, in an improved way, when we have the benefit of hindsight, we have better know-how and expertise. We rather have this kind of, very suicidal, it's as if somebody was out there to commit mass murder. We will not accept this level of negligence. And I'm glad that Parliament is going to look into this. But these two items, the continual silence of government on the matter of relocation, which is urgent, which is so crucial because people have to be moved into where they can get their dignity back. We are talking about human dignity. We are talking about fundamental human rights. Nobody deserves to be living in classrooms under those conditions, particularly when they have refused to open Saglemi housing unit for us to move to, which is not far from here. If you will not allow people to move into Saglemi, then do what you must do. Reconstruct the houses. Land is available. And compensation. The silence from government is unacceptable.
Meanwhile, water levels have significantly reduced in flooded communities. JoyNews' Ivy Setoji joins us with some updates. Ivy, describe the current water levels in some of the affected communities.
Well, some of the places are completely down. The water level is completely dried up, with some people trying to clean up their houses, their shops, and move in, start to their normal businesses. You go to some houses, you realize that there's no water at all. You see residents trying to scrub their house, and also some of the shops. Where the entrance to where we normally take the boat to the St. Kizito on the river, where the whole place, the houses there are flooded, it's also receding gradually, except that the residents are saying that maybe it will take some time. Currently, the engineers and planners are still in dredging some of the areas to make sure that all the places, all the water is able to get down. And also, we understand that the construction of the housing units in the fair area by the construction ambassadors is also ongoing. So for now, the residents are trying to go about their normal duties, especially those whose houses are dried up with no water left. They are trying to get the few things left so they can get back to their normal business.
How true is it that some victims are dying of snake bites at the various camps?
Well, we have tried to confirm that. We spoke with the Health Directorate, the DCE, some of the authorities, even the assemblyman who said there was nothing like that. There was nothing of snake bites or people dying of spot. We have really made our search and we are still doing it. But for now, that information has not been confirmed that someone was bitten by a snake.
Ivy Setoji with that update. We're still live on JoyNews Desk. Let's take a break. When we return, we'll be bringing you business.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Darrell Kwao. The Association of Ghana Apparel Manufacturers have expressed concern about high taxes in export facilitation of garments. According to President of the Association, Nura Salifu, this is taking a toll on operations. She's calling on the Exim Bank to support the association in its quest to take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Nura Salifu spoke to Joy Business at the launch of an action plan by garment manufacturers.
Ghana's textile industry is mainly concerned with the production of fabrics for use by the garment industry and also for the export market. The subsector is predominantly cotton-based, although the production of man-made fibers is also undertaken on a small scale. President for the association, Nura Salifu, said the association's partnership with the International Labour Organization would bring about transformative change for the industry. She called for more financial support to expand their operations.
This is one of the industries that has the potential to employ a lot of young people and to train a lot of the young people who may have a skill in the industry or may not have a skill simply because our training timelines are between 3 to 6 months. Access to finance is one of the major challenges that we have. We think that interest rates are pretty high, and we're hoping that through the Exim Bank that they'll be open to negotiating better rates. Exim Bank has actually led the way, let me say that, but some of the other private banks to look at ways of structuring a better rate that will suit the industry.
There was also a launch of a website for the association at the workshop to increase digital presence of the sector and tell the story of Ghana's buoyant garment sector. James Echen's reports for Joy Business.
Now, Shikanik Auto Hub and Toyota Ghana have organized a workshop to equip women and the public on technologies associated with some of Toyota's vehicles. According to CEO of Shikanik, Nanefua Seweduse, it is critical for women to know the basics of car maintenance and emerging technologies to prevent vulnerability on the road. The Shikanik workshop focused on building the confidence of women on the roads. The participants were taken through theory and practical lessons to help enhance their mobility. Nana Ifua Sewa Eduse is chief executive of Shikanik Auto Hub. She likes to refer to herself as a Shikanik. She said it was important for women to understand the basic features of vehicles to improve on their safety and driving experience.
This workshop is to train young ladies and men about the basics of vehicle maintenance. Basics, very basic. So instead of being vulnerable on the highway, young lady, know how to change your tires yourself. That is good. Gentlemen, if you know why you have to use coolant instead of water, that is good. So this is just to share knowledge on vehicle maintenance. As many people who would request for this, if we get more sponsors to support us, yes, we are willing. So the team, Shikanik Academy, is ready to train as many young girls as possible.
Public Relations Officer of Toyota Ghana, Susie Ansam, reiterated the company's commitment to helping customers with quality vehicles and also ensure their safety on the road.
Toyota Ghana is a company that believes in transfer of knowledge. We believe that we don't just sell cars, we want to get people to understand the cars they drive. Our vehicles are built with cutting-edge technology, safety features are incorporated. But what's the use of these features if people do not understand how to use them? Shikanik, with this workshop, she seeks to help people to understand basic things that are underneath their bonnet. For instance, the basic fluids that you have, how to check your fluids, when to do your servicing. And we believe that since we are a car company and we want to empower people to have the confidence to drive their vehicles, why not? We decided to come on board to offer our newly launched facility, which is the Toyota Ghana Legon branch, because we associate ourselves with quality, durability, and reliability.
The workshop was themed Building Confidence Under the Hood. And that's all for business for now. The news continues after this break.
The Katamanto market in Accra is a hub for second-hand clothing, popularly known as Obroniweu. The OR Foundation and some designers from the market are helping to bring some of these clothes to the runway, with models wearing them with style. Over 1,000 people from different backgrounds were present at the Rollins Park in Accra for the second edition of the Broniwewu Festival to celebrate the Kantamanto market for its role in rose repair, upcycling and remanufacturing of used clothing. Maxwell Agbagba has more.
Welcome to the Rollins Park, where scores of models graced the runway with elegance and style. Well, the Broniwewu 2023 festival has brought to life clothes that hitherto would have been donned in Ghana's drainage system, choking and perhaps causing flooding. But here, the talented young ones here have brought life to these clothes, and now they are on the runway. What makes this event truly captivating is the fact that these models are adorned in unique designs crafted from second-hand clothes popularly known as Broniwewu. These extraordinary creations are the brainchild of 5 talented emerging designers from the vibrant Kantamanto market. Amidst the glamour, lead organizer Sanioten passionately urged industry players and policymakers to acknowledge the invaluable contribution of Kantamanto to Ghana's fashion landscape.
So Broniwewu October is an urban upcycle and thrift festival that was initiated last year, and the whole idea is to celebrate Kantamanto and Ghana's culture of reuse and repair. So we are here to celebrate Kantamanto and Ghana's reuse culture. What is most significant is that we have designers from Kantamanto who like very talented and creative individuals who have gone under like 2 months intensive training, and today they're going to reveal to us their collections that they've been working on over the last 2 months.
Fashion entrepreneur, stylist and member of the Broniwewu School, Neil Davis, says there's no reason why the creations from Kantamanto's talented designers can't shine on the global runway.
And that's how we wrap up the bulletin this morning. My name is Aisha Prime. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of the news and updates of all the developing stories. See you again.